Hi, and welcome to another video of Dynamics 365 Talk, where I'll be talking about configuring colored views in the Dynamics 365 Field Service mobile app. But before we get to that, I want to introduce myself. My name is Dion Taylor. You can take a look at my blog at d365goddess.com, or you can just go ahead and follow me on Twitter at d365goddess. So let me explain to you what I'm trying to accomplish here. So as you can see, we are currently reviewing the schedule board in the field service application in the browser. And you can see here that I have different priorities, right? This green color, for example, is a lower priority. We can see here the yellow color priorities, and then we also have here that red color and that orange color as well. Now, what I want to be able to do is I want to configure the field service mobile app, and let me pull it up so that we can actually see those colors or based on the priority in the Dynamics 365 field service mobile app. So let me just go ahead and go to my bookings here. So here we can see those same bookings that we saw on the schedule board. We can see here that my priority is moderate, so I see that yellow color. Low doesn't have a color at all, and then we have an emergency, which is red, and then that urgent color, which is that orange color. So that's really what I'm trying to accomplish here. So again, that the field techs out in the field basically immediately they're going to be able to review which of those work orders are emergency type of work orders. So let's get into that configuration. I'm just going to go to advanced settings here, and that will open my advanced settings tab. Then I am going to navigate all the way here to the right hand side, and I'm going to open up Woodford. And then we want to use that mobile CRM HTML5. Let's just let that load here. And you can see I have a couple of other projects as well, but I am actually going to work with this updated field service project directly from within here. So let's open that up. And I actually have this on the bookable resource booking entity. So I'm just going to click on this icon, and that will bring me to the views, forums, and charts. Now I can just go ahead and say I just want to look at the views here. So let's actually configure this bookings view. So here we see that view with the fields on that particular view as well. Now, the first thing that we want to do is we actually want to go ahead and clone these rows. So I'm just going to go ahead and hit that button. And as you can see, we now have a new row. We had default already, and now we have something that's called default copy. So I'm going to go ahead and rename that. And I'm just going to give it the same name as the priority that I'm going to tie that to. So let me just go ahead and then select a color. There we go. And as you can see, now that row is completely colored in red. Okay, so now let's create the next one, which will be for the urgent status. So again, I'm going to hit clone row, and I'm going to call this urgent. And I can change by clicking in the color. I can kind of move this up or down, right? If I want to do a little bit of that orangey type of color, or if you have that color code, you can also copy and paste that in there as well. And we want to create one more, and that would be for the moderate. The moderate priority, obviously. Here we go. And let's save that. So now we can see I have one color default. There's nothing there. emergency is that red color, urgent, that orangey color, and then moderate, which is that yellow color. Okay, great. So now what we need to do is we actually now need to put in the logic that will load that correct row, right? So let's just go ahead and click here on the row script. So let's just go ahead and start with that if statement, and I'm going to say the entity. Now I'm looking for the field, right, which is that priority field. Here it is. If that priority field equals emergency, then I want it to do something, right? So then I want it to, I'm going to select template index. I want to assign it that emergency row with those colors that we just configured. So this is kind of what we want to do for each one of those. So I'm going to put my cursor here in that branch, and I'm going to again do an if. And you can even put in here what you're doing, right? Emergent priority equals emergency. And then the next one is not emergency, obviously. I'm going to say the entity. And again, I'm going to look for my field. And where is it? Here's my priority field. Equals. And let's do moderate. Then I want to pick the moderate template. And then again, we're going to do an if statement. For the urgent priority, so again, entity, again, I'm going to look for that same field. My priority equals, and here is our urgent priority. And lastly, one more step. We're going to pick that urgent. Here we go. I'll do one more. That priority is low because that's really everything, all of the different priority statuses that we have. Priority equals low, then we want to just pick that default view. Okay, we're just going to go ahead and save and close that, and we're going to save and close this view as well. And then we got to make sure that we publish that. Once you've published your changes, you want to make sure that you go back to the mobile app so that you can pull down those configurations that you just did. So let's just go ahead and do that. And as you can see, here is that application update. I'm just going to hit sync. And that is now pulling down those changes to my mobile app. And you can see here the application has been updated. So let's take a look at that view now. And that was the top one, the bookings view. And as you can see, it looks great. We have moderate yellow, emergency, that red color, urgent, we have that orange color, and low, we have no color. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please hit that like button. Make sure to tune in next week for another video, and thanks again for watching.